Environmentalist on Friday accused the Trump administration of political interference and retaliation in the Ouster of Yellowstone National Park's chief after his dispute with U.S. Interior Secretary Ryan Zinn covers the park's celebrated bison. Dan Venk, who has led one of the nation's premier parks since 2011, on Friday described as punitive the decision by Zink that he should retire early or be reassigned to a post in Washington, D.C. Venk said in an interview he was not given specific reasons for the ultimatum, which came after he had announced his intention to retire in 2019. ASIDE had had disagreement with Zink about the number of bison at the park but had believed those to be resolved. Environmentalists were quick to accuse Zink of selling out parks, public lands and wildlife in the West to oil and gas developers, sportsmen and ranchers, among others. His decision to force out the superintendent of the world's first national park should be seen for what it is, political interference and retaliation for. A Park Service leader standing up for parks and wildlife rather than special interest, the Sierra Club's Bonnie Rice said in a statement on Friday. The fracas over Venk's Ouster is the latest controversy surrounding an Interior Secretary who has been revealed by conservationists but led by industry and conservative in western states, where local government have chafed against restrictions imposed on federally protected areas. Review of Monuments Inc., a former Montana congressman, sparked controversy last year after reviewing more than 24 national parks and protected areas, indicating some could be scaled back to allow for more hunting and fishing, a economic development. The review has cheered energy, mining, ranching and timber advocate but has drawn widespread criticism and threats of lawsuits from conservation groups and the outdoor recreation industry. The National Parks Conservation Association said diverse sides should be represented when it comes to places like Yellowstone. Dan Venk stood up for wildlife and united voices around solutions, and we need to ensure that same approach will continue. Barr Melton, a regional director for the group, said on Friday. Interior Department spokeswoman woman Heather Swift did not respond to a request for comment about criticism leveled at the secretary and declined to directly respond to Venk's belief his removal from the park was a form of punishment. Venk said Yellowstone bison should be managed like wildlife rather than livestock, and the herd size should not be solely determined by ranchers who live outside the park in Montana. He added there was no basis to assertion that a segment of Yellowstone's rangeland had been adversely affected by grazing bison rather than natural processes. A Rancher Association said it was steadfast about keeping the bison population at 3,000. The bison population is now around 4,000. We feel that number is realistic and sustainable and not only meets the needs of the park in reducing migration of bison outside the TS boundaries but also reduces the threat of the possible transfer of disease to domestic cattle, said Jay Bodener, Executive Vice President of the Montana Stock Growers Association. Bring science to issue if Zink was concerned about overgrazing in the park. Venk said sought to answer it by suggesting science should be brought to the issue. It's okay to have difference of opinion and he thought we were working through those, said. Environmental group and tribe have been critical of the park's years-long practice of sending bison to slaughter for wandering from Yellowstone into neighboring Montana in search of food in the winter, a method of controlling the population of the nation's last herd of wild, purebred bison. The policy is a concession to rancher worry bison exposed to brucellosis, a disease that can cause to miscarry, might infect cattle that graze outside the park, though such a case has never been documented in the wild. Millions of American and international